Imagine if you could just cure a severe genetic disease the exact same way you fix a bug on your phone, like with a permanent one-and-done software update.
It's a pretty wild concept, right?
Yeah. So today we are taking a deep dive into a huge stack of recent clinical trial data, FDA draft guidance, and biotech analyst notes. We really want to answer one massive question for you. Is Intellia Therapeutics about to become a genomic monopoly, or, well, is it just a giant binary risk trap?
Because their whole mission is pioneering in vivo CRISPR gene editing, which means editing DNA directly inside the human body, which is profound. We're talking about the leap from just managing chronic symptoms to actually rewriting a patient's genetic code.
Exactly. And look at the evidence backing up this whole software update thesis. I mean, we have the recent phase 3 HALO trial data for their drug Lombos.
Right, the one targeting hereditary angioedema, or HAE.
Yeah, that disease causing severe swelling attacks. The data just shocked the medical community. It showed an 87% reduction in attacks.
And wasn't it like 62% of patients became completely attack-free?
Yes. By permanently turning off the mutated gene, they basically established this functional cure. Current treatments are like renting your health forever, paying monthly for therapies. Intelli is letting you buy the house outright. Doesn't an unprecedented clinical triumph like that fully justify their valuation?
Look, I mean, the clinical data is a scientific miracle. There's no denying that. But you really have to contrast that brilliant science with what is actually a highly fragile business model.
Fragile how, though?
Well, Intellia currently has zero recurring revenue, like none. They rely entirely on milestone payments and their partner Regeneron to fund major programs like their next Z drug for ATTR amyloidosis.
Okay, but Regeneron is a massive partner to have in your corner.
Sure, but if Regeneron pivots, Intellia is left holding the bag. And, we cannot gloss over the severe biological risks here.
You mean the liver toxicity stuff from the past FDA hold?
Precisely. To actually get the CRISPR edit into the body, they pack it inside these microscopic fat bubbles called lipid nanoparticles.
LNPs.
Yeah, and because the liver acts as the body's primary filter, it absorbs the absolute brunt of these particles. That is exactly why we saw those FDA clinical holds in the past for severe grade 4 liver toxicity. It's a huge binary risk.
It is a hurdle, absolutely. But wait, they recently raised enough equity to extend their cash runway all the way into 2028.
Which is helpful, yes.
Plus, the FDA just released new draft guidance aimed at accelerating gene therapy approvals by letting companies rely on established platform data. So surely the immediate financial and regulatory risks have dropped a bit.
I mean, extending the cash runway to 2028 just buys them time to face a brutal 2027 commercial launch.
Yeah.
And their intellectual property is a complete minefield.
Ah, the patent wars.
Exactly. They are fighting massive patent interferences with the Broad Institute, and they're dealing with a targeted infringement lawsuit from a competitor, Blue Owl. And even if they survive the IP warfare, they face fierce competitors offering RNA silencing therapies.
Okay, let's unpack that for a second. Because RNA silencing, it just intercepts the genetic messenger. It is like stopping the mailman before he can deliver the faulty disease blueprint.
Right, it doesn't actually alter the DNA itself.
Exactly, which is fundamentally different from Intellia going inside the factory and rewriting the blueprint permanently.
It is different, but here's the catch. RNA silencing works, and it is reversible. If something goes wrong, you just stop taking it. Permanence is scary for a lot of people.
But if you can just be completely cured.
If a patient can choose a reversible RNA treatment over an irreversible DNA edit with, unknown long-tail risks, Intellia's permanent one-and-done pitch might actually become a massive commercial liability.
I see your point, but again, if it works safely, you are buying the house outright. You are functionally cured.
And that brings us to the existential threat for investors. If you cure a patient once, you lose them as a repeating customer forever.
Right, so they have to charge a massive upfront price to recoup the billions in research.
Millions of dollars up front, exactly. But right now, we are seeing really aggressive government pricing caps. The Inflation Reduction Act, alongside proposed Medicare models like Globe and Guard, they're enforcing international benchmark pricing and mandatory rebates.
Wow, yeah, the pricing gauntlet.
Right. If the government caps the price on gene therapies, the whole math for a permanent genetic cure falls apart. It's like trying to sell a mansion in a neighborhood where the government just capped mortgages at $100 grand.
So mapping out the probabilities based on our sources, we have 3 clear scenarios for you. The best case scenario is that Intellia executes a flawless 2027 launch.
meaning they navigate the IP and pricing hurdles and basically become the monopoly standard of care.
Exactly. Then the base case scenario is that the approvals succeed, but government pricing caps and the safety appeal of those reversible RNA competitors severely stall their market adoption.
And the worst case scenario, which we have to consider, is that latent safety issues surface, or manufacturing those highly fragile lipid nanoparticles fails, bankrupting the entire pipeline.
So, boiling it all down, if you were building a biotech portfolio today, buy, hold, or avoid, I'm going on the record as a firm buy. The phase 3 data is just undeniable, and securing their cash runway into 2028 gives management the time needed to perfect that launch.
I hear you, but I have to take the skeptical side and say hold, or honestly avoid. The underlying science is brilliant, yes, but the binary safety risks, a fragile manufacturing supply chain, and a notoriously hostile pricing gauntlet just make the commercial viability way too uncertain for me.
Which really leaves you with one major thing to think about.
What's that?
If government price caps make it financially ruinous to actually cure people permanently, are pharmaceutical companies eventually going to give up on cures and just go back to renting us our health forever?